So the Mg82 is going to get nerfed into the ground. The Big Joke 3 bundle just dropped. Charlieintel got locked out of his account for a few hours, which afterwards, hilarious. And the World Series of Warzone draft has begun. Let's do this. So how is it going? Dank Division, Dank Dan here, and we are going to just jump right into it. They have already released the June 22nd update, pretty much that's supposed to nerf a few things and address some concerns in regards to Call of Duty. The first of which, believe it or not, a lot of you have been asking about this, and they've addressed it. In exact words, and I'm going to leave the quote up here in case you guys want to read it yourselves, we are exploring all avenues in terms of changes to provide fair and reactable counterplay options to dead silence. A decision like this must be made carefully, especially considering how it may destabilize other aspects of the game. We cannot promise anything at this moment, but as we close in on an appropriate solution, we will share more details. Sit tight. So it's looking like they're trying to find a counter to dead silence. It doesn't look like they're going to remove it, because to remove it entirely could destabilize bits and pieces of the game. I know a lot of you want it to be gone, but at this point, it's better to have a counter to it than it is to remove it from the game entirely, because then it will break other aspects and people will find the next broken thing they can use. But that's not what you care about in the patch notes. You're here because you want the laser gone. The Mg82 it's not even getting nerfed. This thing is getting neutered. It's getting its balls chopped off. So, I'm going to read these stats. You can read them for yourself. Let's start off. The damage is going to have its max damage decreased from 30 to 29, and its minimum damage decreased from 28 to 29. Its damage range is being decreased by 20%. The headshot multiplier is being decreased from 1.3 to 1.2. The upper chest multiplier is being decreased from 1.1 to just simply 1. And extremities, which if you guys don't know what extremity is, it's like you're shooting someone's fucking toe. I don't know why you'd aim for the toe, but, you know, get someone down with their big toe. Go for it. Is being dropped from 1 to 0.9, as well as the vertical and horizontal recoil is going to be increased. How they described this is they envisioned the Mg82 as a short to mid-range light machine gun, given its relatively fast handling, mobility, and rate of fire. However, it also retains many powerful LMG traits like damage profile, bullet velocity, and magazine size, all while having negligible recoil. These factors in combination created one of the most dominant weapons to land in Verdansk. Do not be deceived by the magnitude of these changes. The damage per magazine and rate of fire is still top tier, so we expect the Mg82 to remain viable. My best way to describe this is, if you guys want to know what this gun is like right now, it's pretty much the Mg34, but with a bigger magazine. So the recoil is going to be a little bit crazier. I see this now as more of a closer quarters weapon, more like Rebirth, less long-range Verdansk, which means they're probably going to move on to the next meta weapon, which everyone's already saying is the Farah, and I'm personally toying with the Finn LMG myself. You guys can call me nuts, but hey, I always like to think that every gun is viable. Speaking of other things, this isn't getting nerfed yet, but they're addressing it. A lot of you have already been calling for a nerf for the nail gun, and they pretty much said they're going to be keeping a close eye on the nail gun. They feel it kills about a nail faster than they would like it to. With extremely low rate of fire weapons, they can be on the razor's edge of balance, wherein missing a single shot can turn an incredibly fast time to kill into one of the slowest in its classes. This pretty much isn't the case with the nail gun now, but if it required an additional bullet to kill and nothing else changed, it likely would be. So they may have to push and pull some of its functionality to ensure that it fulfills its role as a highly mobile close range full auto dominator that can rival shotgun time to kills but rapidly wanes in efficiency the further enemies are away from you. Like they said, you're firing nails after all. These aren't bullets. So, I know a lot of you have been dickheads and have been going to the control room tour in Salt Mine and have been killing your friends. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That was a glitch, and they're going to be fixing that. So you guys won't be able to troll your friends anymore. Sorry, guys. They also fixed an issue that was causing some players to have to restart their game in order to unlock a gifted battle pass given to them by a friend. They also fixed an issue causing tier skips not to apply properly when receiving a gifted battle pass bundle. They also fixed an issue causing players to lose complete control of their operator after walking through the red door if another player had previously died while going through it. They also fixed an issue where using some QBZ-83 blueprints would cause the game to crash for players. So those are our nice little patch notes, and I know a lot of you are probably curious as to what I'm going to discuss next. So before I go into the whole Charlieintel thing, let's take a look at this bundle and kind of review it. So far, I haven't bought it as of right now. I'm just taking a good look at it. The Greed skin for Sims. I'm about to say, they really, really like the Dark Knight opening, don't they? Like, all you need is a full team just running this skin, and you can pretty much recreate the scene from the Dark Knight. What also is interesting is, while the attachments for the MP5 aren't all that great, let's face it, it's funny. Having paintball as the tracer rounds and having the splatter, it's hilarious. If you run the right attachments for your MP5 and have paintball tracer rounds, it's going to be hilarious when someone finds a dead body with paintballs. That's just too hilarious. The only question I have is when I'm looking at the double brush handgun, I genuinely want to ask all of you this question. If you use a revolver in Warzone, what attachments do you use, and why do you use the gun in particular? I just want to be curious. I'm not trying to suggest that it's a bad thing. I'm just curious because I don't see it that often, so I'm trying to figure out if this gun's really, really worth it. The other thing you get is the art beat art. Very funny. You can't spell art without heart. Oh, I did that wrong. You can't spell heart without art. This thing is a functional heart rate monitor, pretty much meaning when you get shot, your heart rate's going to increase, and I'm kind of curious, and haven't gotten a friend to be able to see it just yet. Does it flatline when you get killed? You'll of course get the gesture reticle, which not too bad, the emblem for the grin, which that's creepy, and the getaway vehicle, which I'm not gonna lie, that thing's actually pretty cool. So love to hear what you guys think about this bundle in particular, whether or not you guys are gonna buy this one. So now let's dive into the thing I did not think I was going to be covering today, and that's what happened on Twitter in regards to Charlieintel. So earlier today, I'm not sure if you guys were paying attention, if you went onto Twitter, let's say, I don't know, roughly, let's see, what time was that again? I don't know, about 5:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you would have seen Charlieintel's page completely blank. Nothing on it. And that is all because they got locked out of their account. I'm not joking. This actually happened. They ended up that the guy who runs the account, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of the name, Keshav Bhat, tried to add his birthday to the Charlieintel account to try out a new feature, and he got locked out because the account thought it was under the age of 13. Like, dude, I'm glad that you got Charlieintel back. But I've got two questions. One, what was the feature you were trying to use? And two, dude, this isn't to catch a predator. Why the fuck did you pick the age of 13? Hi, I'm Charlieintel, and I'm a registered sex offender. What the fuck, man? What happened? Why 13? Like, you couldn't pick 18? What? Why? How did that happen? Why did this happen? I'm making jokes now because he got the account back. I wasn't gonna make a single joke unless he got it back, but dear Lord, that is hilarious in hindsight. Like, I'm hoping he addresses it in some funny article, but dear Lord, that is priceless. But moving on to the next subject matter, that would be the World Series of Warzone. And before I talk about any of it, let's let this video play out so you can see it.
Welcome to the greatest Warzone event ever held. This is a new gold standard for the globe's baddest battle royale. And here's how it all goes down. The World Series of Warzone is comprised of 4 mind-blowing events, 2 trios and 2 duos, where the question of who is the greatest Warzone squad alive will be answered once and for all. For each event, we've invited and qualified 150 elite Warzone superstars to squad up and drop into a custom lobby, battling it out for the largest prize pools in the game's history.
Got nothing but a pistol and a dream, baby.
In the weeks leading up to the events, Activision assigned each duos and trios crew a squad leader to recruit who they will fly into Verdansk with. These squads will be comprised of only the baddest motherfuckers alive.
I got him.
But we've left one spot open for you at home. Open qualifiers have given us 1 squad per event, giving new faces a chance to compete with the world's best. This is a kill race at heart, but where you place matters. Each kill is 1 point, with a score multiplier depending on where your squad places. The top cumulative score after 6 maps played will decide our winner. And to the victor go the spoils.
I told you we win it!
A staggering 300 grand is up for grabs at each event. $200,000 will be divided amongst the top squads, with the remaining $100,000 split between the winner of the Captain's Cup, a brand new twist to competitive Warzone. So, what is the Captain's Cup? The day before each event, 5 pre-selected captains will snake draft the already formed squads to build out their dream teams. The captain's team with the most overall points at the end of the day takes home the loot, with everyone on that team getting a share of the plunder. And if anyone even thinks about cheating, it's straight to the gulag with no way back. All players will go through a rigorous Activision security check. Break the rules, and it's a permanent ban from all future Warzone events. With this much pride and cold hard cash on the line, there is no room for error. So buckle up and get ready for the craziest Warzone ride ever.
So the draft has already happened, and as you can see on screen, we have our 5 captains: Swag, Dan Dangler, Nate Shot, Tim the Tatman. Gotta watch myself. Last video, someone actually called me out when I accidentally called him the Fat Man, and then I said he was the biggest streamer on Twitch. I'm surprised no one's caught on to that yet. That's gonna get me killed. And of course, Aiden. If you guys want, you can pretty much pause the video, take a quick look, and see who's on what team. And guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of everything that's happened? What did you think of the predicament with Charlieintel? Do you think it's hilarious? Do you think it's sad? Do you think I should stop joking about it? What do you think of the paintball tracer bundle? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's not worth it? Do you think the Mg82 is going to finally have it, that nerf that's going to get put in? Is that going to be enough? Or do you think it's still going to be a hellhound? And if it's not going to be the meta, I want to hear what you think is. And better yet, I want you to give me 3 guns. And I guarantee you the reason why I'm picking 3 is because I know some of you are immediately going to go Farah, Car 98, but then when you get to that 3rd one, that's where I'm going to see some personality. That's where I'm going to learn who you are as a person. You want me to tell you why I care about that 3rd gun? Because at the end of the day, the Farah is not the meta, the Car 98 is not the meta, the Mg82 when it dropped was not the meta. You want to know who's the meta? I want you to take a good look in the mirror. I want you to tell yourself, you, that's right, you're the meta. And I'm Dake Dan, signing off.
Get them to hit that subscribe button, Dake. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers.
15.
What do the numbers mean, Dake? We're wasting valuable time.